Hi there, welcome to the Carl with the C show on Breakthrough TV. I'm your host, Carl with the C.
And I'm your co-host, Claire.
On this show, we'll be exploring music from the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s.
We'll be giving you news, scoops and reviews.
I want to say thanks to Breakthrough TV. Big round of applause. We also have what is called our Giant of Music.
And we'll be telling you about a brand new artist to watch.
Finally, we'll be giving you our personal view of what's going on around the world in 60 seconds.
So grab a drink, sit back and relax.
Please enjoy the show. So Claire, how's your week been?
Pretty good. Quite productive.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a local girl, born and bred in Birmingham.
Okay.
And that's it, not much really to say.
That's it.
What about yourself?
Myself, I'm a local lad myself. I was born in the Caribbean, but I became a local lad a long time ago.
How long's a long time ago?
A long time ago is as long as a long time ago is as long as a piece of string.
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? So you got any hobbies?
Oh, I've got quite a few. I like travelling around the British Isles.
You like travelling around? Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
What are some of the places? Where have some of the places you've been?
I've been the length and breadth of the country.
Okay.
Scotland, Cornwall. I've been all over.
Been to Donegrove?
Yeah, Johnny Groats. Yeah.
That's very far. That's very.
Yes.
That's very far. That's
Mm-hmm.
That's very.
Like I said, I just especially when the children were little, I used to just put them in the car and
drive.
and just
I love
and just go.
I love the outdoor myself. The out there is very.
Yeah, they got some lovely places. Cornwall is my favourite though, definitely.
Places, yeah.
Love Cornwall.
You ever go camping?
Camping is not my thing, mate. No such thing as camping.
No such thing as camping.
No.
No, I don't like. I've never been a camping person myself. I think when I was growing up, because I was I was a scout back in where I was born. You know, in the country where I was born, and I was a scout. Yeah. The advantage of that, it actually gave me to see the whole country I actually live in.
Okay.
And I've been to that country had 14 parish.
Yeah.
And I've actually been to. There's only one parish I've never been to in that country. Which is St. Elizabeth's.
Okay, St. Elizabeth. My aunt lives there.
I've never been to St. Elizabeth, but I've been to all the rest of parishes. That was the very good advantage that it actually gave me. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good.
Did you do any camping then?
That was the only time.
Oh, you done camping?
I went camping, and
yeah.
I was aware. And we actually camping. This. I can remember it now. It was in a cave.
Oh.
It was a cave in a place called the Cockpit Country.
Okay,
Right
I used to like potholing and caving. Yeah, I used to like that.
Potholing?
Yeah, potholing and mining, you know.
Yeah, but I
used to like that.
It's kind of dangerous though, this potholing.
Well, it is, but I used to love it. And I used to love abseiling.
Abseiling?
Yeah, but now I can't take heights.
Is that the one where you go in the water?
Hmm?
Is that the one where you go in the water?
Abseiling, no, you come down buildings or down rock faces.
Oh my.
Yeah, I used to enjoy.
Well, I don't like heights because the only heights I like is the one in aeroplane.
Well, do you know something? No, I can't. Heights, I just can't do it.
You can't do heights?
No.
No.
Yeah, but never mind. So such is life.
We're talking about music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Which was your favourite sort of era?
Definitely 80s. I'm too young to remember the 60s and 70s.
60s and 70s. Oh. Favourite artist?
Prince.
You like Prince?
Yes, I love Prince because he's very, very talented, isn't he?
Yeah.
Self-taught musician.
What about songs?
Songs, Shaka Khan. I Am Every Woman is my favourite. And Through the Fire.
Oh yeah, Through the Fire.
Yeah.
You once told me that you like Marvin Gaye.
Oh, I love Marvin Gaye. Yeah.
And that special Marvin Gaye
Are we going
song.
back onto that song? Come on then. Yes. You like that song, it's sweet, yeah. You like that song.
I like that song. I like to hear what you tell me about that song. I like it.
Best song ever made.
Tell me why you like that
best
song.
What song are we talking about? Best song ever made.
What is it you like about that song so much?
It's the best song
I don't
ever
think
made.
you can't keep quiet in the tree when you're talking about that song.
It's the best song ever made.
Well, okay. What song are we talking
Sexual
about?
healing. It's good for you.
Yeah. Actually, that's serious now. I will tell you about that song. because this is actually my bag. I will tell you about the song. That song was actually Marcus Marvin Gaye was, having a bit of, a bit of a time with the ladies. You know what I mean? And a producer from Europe take him to, I think it was Belgium. And he hung out with Marvin Gaye for a while in Belgium, and and while he was in Belgium, he said to Marvin Gaye, Marvin, I think you got a little bit of problem going on, massive respect to Marvin Gaye, and he says, I think your problem is that you need to be sorted out because you need sexual healing. And that's how the song came to be, So
one of the best songs ever made, mate.
That's one of the best songs ever made. Yes. It is a nice song. They've done so much of I gotta admit, I wasn't so crazy about the video.
I don't remember the video.
What videos? What videos do you like?
Videos. Music videos are not very good, really.
Music videos.
No, I like watching Chinese movies.
You like Chinese?
Yeah, I like the Chinese movies.
You like the Chinese movies?
But music videos.
And that's a good part because we went to film now because that's some of the best Chinese movie was made within that period, like in the 80s and the 70s.
Yeah.
What about Bruce Lee?
Oh, I used to love Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I could even, watch Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, I've watched it. I've watched it.
I can watch it all the time. Though when it comes on, and I know every little bit of the
the
film.
On the moves.
Oh no, not the moves. Just the film, and from the beginning, right? I can sit down and watch it all the way through.
Yeah,
even though I've seen it that many times.
I remember when that film came out. Even though I'm only 21, I remember when that film came out.
You can't be the same age as me.
Everyone was going out to see that film. It was a beautiful film. And there's a guy that actually came in that film. Jim Kelly, I think his name is Jim Kelly.
Okay.
Jim Kelly. He was the guy that's slaughtered in that film by the Chinese man. The actor who actually slaughtered. And he's actually related to the reggae singer Junior Kelly.
Okay.
Wow. Which I've learned some years, But it was a very like film. I like things like Fist of Fury as well.
Okay, yes.
Fist of Fury. And things like One Arm Box and all that sort of.
And Drunken Master.
I've never seen
that one. Okay. Well, there's one that just came out about Bruce Lee's story.
Yeah.
The Birth of the Dragon, it's called.
Okay.
Have you not seen that one?
No, I haven't seen
that one's, it's not a remake, but it's about his life, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
How he actually started and that.
So you was one of these person who actually like that. You remember that Kung Fu song? Because I only think there was only one Kung Fu song.
Kung Fu Fighting. Too young to remember that one.
Serious? There was only one Kung Fu song made at that time. I think it was made by Carl Douglas.
Carl Douglas.
He carried the same name as
me. Yeah.
Honestly.
Kung Fu Fighting, yeah.
Kung Fu Fighting.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a good one. There was lots of those good songs around.
Yeah, there was actually.
Well, music for me, I mean, like when we talk about music for me, I go back to like I like music from a whole of the different era. I like a couple of my favorites. I like what you call the very raw soul artists. Like people like Otis Redding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Booker T and the MG bands. You know what I mean? Those sort of guys. You know what I mean? The Sam Cooke.
Okay.
That's what you mean. Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, Aretha Franklin, very good.
All that sort of you know what I mean. All that sort of stuff. I really like those sort of stuff. You know what I mean. So yeah, those were very, very, very good days. Even though I wasn't born at a particular time, but you can always reflect. You know what I mean.
Definitely.
Those sort of period of time. Yeah. So coming up on the show, we have what is called our Giant of Music. This week, Giant of Music was born in Kingston, in fact West Kingston, Jamaica. And she started her career very early, and she used to tour, do the show with a couple of artists, but she started her career with a guy called Byron Lee and the Dragonaires.
Okay.
And she was spotted on stage, and then two producers spotted her, and she actually signed with one of the producers who was actually Sir Coxsone Dodd. And she had a numerous amount of duos duets with male singers within this period of time, and she had her first solo single 1970
Okay.
with an artist called Bob Andy, and the song was actually called Feel Like Jumping.
Right, I know that song.
Yeah. And then she went on to record a song with Bob Andy called, you know the song, Young, Gifted and Black.
Right.
Yes. She and Bob Andy work as a duo. And she was actually, I think there was actually an item for a while. And between 1974 and 1981, she was a member of the I Trees. You know the I Trees?
Yes,
The I
Judy
Trees.
Mowat.
And
Rita Marley.
and
Marcia Griffiths.
that's right. And they toured with Bob Marley constantly, you know what I mean? And she continued to do recording as an artist throughout the 1970s, working with a whole lot of different producers. In 1973, she released her re-recording of the Bunny Wailer song Electric Boogie, originally recorded by Wailer, Bunny Wailer in 1976.
Oh, okay.
But in 1983, the version became a mini hit for Marcia Griffiths. But the song was remixed in 1989 and was remastered. And they put it out and it became, you know,
Electric Slide.
Electric Slide. It
Yes.
became a line dance craze. Have you ever been able
No.
to do the line dance
No.
craze? No? You never got into that?
No.
Why is that?
No.
Yes, yeah.
I think that was a bit before my time.
I know you're gonna say that, and you're gonna tell me you was too young.
Yes, I was too young.
I never got into that. There's a certain amount of dance I could never get anyway. You know, I could never
Right.
get into a certain dance.
Sure.
I mean, like there's the dance that they always call the wine. You know what I mean?
Call the what?
The wine. I could never
Never
I
heard
could
of it?
never do that kind of dance. You know what I mean?
Called the what?
The wine.
Why? Why is it called the
Wine.
wine?
Why is it called
Yeah.
wine?
Why is it called
I think they
wine?
make it called wine because I can't wine.
Whatever, Carl.
I think that's what they call it. I think that's what they call it, the wine, because
Okay, we'll leave that
have
there.
you ever heard that dance?
No, I've never.
And if you guys ever heard that dance there called the wine, please get in touch with Breakthrough TV. So that's one for you that you have missed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have missed it. And let's say back to Marcia. Marcia continued to do wonderful things. You know, in 2011 she appeared in a documentary called Reggae Got Soul. And this was a story about Toots and the Maytals, another popular Jamaican group, which was featured on the BBC.
Okay.
It's like, say, the untold story of this
Right.
Jamaican group, you know what I mean? And Toots and the Maytals, you know, Toots and the Maytals
Yes.
become so influential over the years with different music. And they, as I said, that program actually tells the story of Toots and the Maytals, the forgotten group or the forgotten band. You know
I wonder if
what I mean?
that will still be on iPlayer. What do you think? Or probably YouTube or something.
Yeah, they'll be still there, you know what I mean? Because I know the lead singer lived in England for years. I don't know if he's still living in England. He toured in Australia constantly. In 2014, Marcia announced that she was doing a couple of shows and a couple of recording over the years, you know, to reflect that, to reflect the time she's been in the business, because she has been in the business for
Long
over
time.
50 years, which is a long time.
Yeah, it
you know what I
is.
mean? And said she was going to record quite a few songs that was favourite to her, and also songs that she liked, and also some love songs. And I think the producer she was actually recording these songs with is a Jamaican producer called Donovan Dremaine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in January 2018, Marcia signed an exclusive book deal with a New York based Done Some Record booking agency. You know what I mean? And today she continues to tour
Well, good for
and
her.
recording music and all that sort of stuff. I think she was actually here a couple of years ago when Jamaica was celebrating its 50 years independence. She was actually in Birmingham. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's how she is. You know, I'll say.
I went to one of the shows
Okay.
when they had what was his name? Luciano. He was in the square, Victoria Square. That was
Okay,
I think that was the
okay.
50th.
What year was that? Can you remember when that was?
I think it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have met Marcia Griffiths. She's a very nice lady. You know what I mean?
But the crowd wasn't very appreciative. Wasn't very appreciative.
Were they too relaxed?
There just wasn't appreciate. You know, Luciano. You know how much money people tend to pay to go and see them, and then when they come for free. Because we had Freddie the same year in the park, didn't we?
Is that Freddie McGregor?
Freddie McGregor. We had him in the park.
Was that last year? Was the year before that?
Was the year before?
That was
2 years ago.
Yeah, because I was in the park. I saw Freddie in the park.
And he was very good, wasn't he?
He was very good.
But the people weren't appreciative.
No, there wasn't. I was tied into a company, which I actually do a charity work for. We was up there as well. We was actually doing that thing. And I went up to the stage where Freddie McGregor was, and there wasn't a lot of people in that open space either.
That's it, and I was really surprised because you know how many times I've queued to go and see Freddie McGregor. Seriously, outside Hummingbird. Remember, every time he used to come, he used to always come there, didn't he?
Mr. Big Shit, Freddie McGregor.
And you know how much times I've queued?
Yeah.
Yeah, and paid plenty of money to go and see him, and when he come for free.
No, it's something.
I was really surprised.
It's amazing because he's been going on a long time. He's been singing for me. I think he was singing for me was a child.
He's very good.
You know what I mean?
He's very good.
I think he's got a lot of connection and a lot of family in the UK as well.
I think he lives here, doesn't he?
Yeah, possibly. I know he's got a lot of families and lots of relatives in the UK. Don't forget, Freddie McGregor is also coming up as one of our giants in music as well. So we will talk a lot more about him when he actually come up. There's a lot of albums Marcia Griffiths has actually made over the years. I think she made like things like I don't know if you can recall any of those. You know what I mean?
Sweet Bitter Love.
Yeah. What year was that?
74.
1974. You wasn't born in 1974.
No, I wasn't born then.
And she made things like Naturally. I think it was 1973.
Okay.
And what else? What else do you think she comes up with?
Well, that one I like is what's it called now? The one that I like, and I can't even remember the name of the song. It was a remake of the Fleetwood Mac. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's it, Everywhere.
Like Everywhere.
I love that one when she sing that one.
Her albums include, you know what I mean, Step In 1979, that was. I think Marcia 1988, and Carousel was 1990.
Yes,
and
Land of Love.
Land of Love, that's an album. I think that came up in 1997. And what else she had? What else can we think of she had? What else can I think of she had? I think she had things like the Collector's Series, which was 19...
And Truly. Yeah, Truly. I like that.
Yeah, Truly was a nice album as well. And she did a thing with Jetstar Records, which where they put out all the Reggae Max.
Okay.
I think that was in 2003. Anything else you can think of?
Melody Life.
Yeah, Melody Life. And what year was that, you think? Guessly?
2007. 2007.
How can you remember that? 2007, that was just round the corner. That's your favourite word, isn't it? Round the corner. Yeah, that was you're absolutely right. That was 2005. My memory served me right. That was about 2007. And I think she had an album as well called Mars. I'm going to have a guess if you can get this one down right. Right? I'm going to put this at you see if you can get it right. She had an album called Marcia and Friends. What year do you think that was?
2012.
2012. You know, let me think. I have to think about that one. Let's see if you get that one past me. You was right, you know. I think you was absolutely right about that album. You know, who said you had a bad memory?
I've got a bad memory when it's on the screen in front of me.
She had an album called Timeless, you know, which was a classic album, which came out in 2019. You know, and these are some of the wonderful albums she has over the years. And
she's very good.
This is why Marcia Griffiths has actually became our giant of music. Yes. You know, so we say thank you for Marcia. She continues touring. She does great things, great work. And I mean, so she's been in the business for over 50 years. And I think we should actually, give her a really big clap. Well
done, Marcia.
One fantastic round of applause. Yeah. So, being as we was talking about reggae there.
Yes.
What are some of the other reggae tunes you like?
Oh, berries I like.
But any other song you can actually think of?
Oh no, I've tapped my head now. But any berries will do.
Any berries will do?
Yeah. Berries and Marcia, they sang a nice one together. I don't know the name of it. You know, I'm not very good. I have to read
Berries and Marcia, they've done quite a few things together. You know what I mean? And yeah, they've done quite a few things over the years, you know what I mean? And yeah. I've never seen, listen, I've never seen. Now people may think this is a sacrilege. I've never ever seen Berry Salmon.
Well, let me tell you a little story about Berry Salmon.
What's the matter with your hair?
Because every time this friend, I used to have this friend, so every time Berries was coming, he used to buy me a ticket.
Berries used to buy you a ticket?
No, this lad used to buy me a ticket every time Berries was coming.
Yeah.
He just used to buy me a ticket. Yeah. And I used to get in trouble all the time. Why are you always going to see Berries? Yeah. I said, because somebody keeps buying me a ticket. And I said, but where's this somebody?
Why was you in trouble? Your friend?
Because he was just never mind that bit. to show. So he used to buy me a ticket every single time. So I used to see Berries every single time Berries came.
That's it?
Yeah, but the only trouble I had to put up with this lad.
I've never ever seen
every single time.
I must go see one of the days when he comes.
I don't think he'll be coming back again. What do you think?
He's done quite a few shows in England. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
he has.
I suspect he'll come back probably. Well, not at the moment because the coronavirus and all that sort of stuff.
I don't think he'll be coming back. But the last show he was at, was at the reservoir over at, Edgbaston. Obviously, Edgbaston Reservoir.
The Tower Ballroom.
Yeah, the Tower Ballroom. That's the last time I saw him.
Was the last time you saw him?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's been since. I think he's come since that. Since he's been to that one in Birmingham City Centre, which is probably O2.
I don't know where in town.
You've never liked you're in town?
No.
Oh, right. Got you. Clubs. Where did you like?
Well, I did use
clubs.
Well, Rialto. Remember Rialto?
No.
All right. Thashers then. Remember Thashers?
I've heard of Thashers.
Yeah.
I used to go to Tabasco.
Tabasco, yes. Tabasco. I used to go to Tabasco Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I never saw you there.
I used to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Have you ever seen me there?
No.
I want a good look at me.
No.
No. You know when we first talk about this, and then I think, are you said to be used to go to Tabasco? The last time I saw you, I went on thinking, I wonder if I have seen this lady in Tabasco before.
Probably did. The lady with no clothes then. Probably.
You know what? Oh, you're no closer. Serious. That's not, so you get into my favourite song, Naked. You know I love that song.
You gone back to there again? Okay.
You know I love that song, Naked. So you got back to my favourite song. No, because you know in that club you go upstairs, right? Mm-hmm. And you go upstairs, and then there's a bar upstairs, isn't it? Yeah. And then you have to wait in that position before you go into the other side of the club, isn't it?
You probably did.
You have to wait to stand. If you want to drink, you have to wait. It's like a landing, and you stop off the landing, and then you buy a drink, and then you go into the other parts of the club. And so I was thinking the other day, I wonder if I actually see you, but I can't remember. Because there's only a certain amount of places that we all go to.
I used to be there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. How desperate is that?
Where else did you used to go?
Thashers. Do you remember Thashers?
Vaguely.
You never used to go there?
Vaguely.
It was alright, that was. Sunday nights was the best night.
Yeah. I just Sunday thing. Yeah, Sunday night was
we also used to go in places we weren't supposed to go in, like the Beehive. Do you remember the Beehive?
I remember the Beehive.
Right, and
I used to go to the Beehive.
Across the road from Thashers there was the one that used to go downstairs. We weren't supposed to go in that one either.
Is that one they call the front line?
Front line, that's the one.
Well, it's funny enough because
the duck.
It's funny enough because that place. The only time we ever catch that place, because sometimes when we I was in a band and we was touring regular. So when I was with a band and we was touring regular, when we come back, that was the only place that was open.
Okay.
So we could go because it opens very late. And when you're touring, you're coming back to, like, say you're touring outside Birmingham and you come back to Birmingham. It's there's nowhere else open.
Well, this is it apart from the little bluesies.
So away from the Sundays where we used to go, probably Thashers and places like that. When we was touring or we was doing regular shows, we probably would miss all these clubs anyway. So that's why you wouldn't.
But did you ever used to go to 104?
Yeah, I've been to 104.
I've been in 104 once.
Why's that?
Because I didn't like to go down. No, I couldn't bear the downstairs. Like in a dungeon. Yeah. I'm going in a dungeon. I've
been there quite a few times. It was alright. You know what I mean? I know. I think that place is still going. It's not going as a club, but it is still going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there's a well-known guy who actually runs that place.
Yes.
You know, It's not going as a club anymore.
No,
but it's,
only been in there once.
Okay.
And I said, sorry, nobody's taking me down in no dungeon. No.
No, yeah, I've always. Have you ever? There was a club in Birmingham, the other side of the city centre. I don't know if you know a place called the Watering Hole, where the boxer used to have a club there. Bonnie Johnson, you know the boxer, Bonnie Johnson?
No.
You ever heard of the boxer Bonnie Johnson?
No.
You never heard of the Birmingham boxer Bonnie Johnson?
No.
Man, well, Birmingham have a very well-known boxer, you know, bro. Bonnie Johnson.
Never heard of him.
And Bonnie Johnson was in a good position, a very good position, and he was doing very well, and he did very well. Hello, Bonnie Johnson, and he's up there. But he used to own this club called Club International, and even people like Steel Pulse and all these guys used to play there in the very early days. And we all used to go down there and shoot pool. And I tell you something about Bonnie Johnson. Bonnie Johnson was, I think he had a championship with this guy called and see, we're talking about things in time, and we're talking about the whole centre area.
Yeah.
And the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I think this was probably in the late 70s or early 80s. He had he had a club called Club International, and he was a boxer. He's a very well-known British heavyweight boxer. Now he came up to fighting against a guy called Richard Dunn. If he had fought Richard Dunn and win, who do you think he would have fought?
Cassius Clay.
No such thing as Cassius Clay. He would have fought. That's how close he was.
Really?
Yeah, he would have fought. If he had beat Richard Dunn, he would have fought Muhammad Ali.
Right.
But, Richard Dunn beat him, and Richard Dunn ended up fighting Muhammad Ali. If you go back to the archives, you would have seen what Muhammad did to Richard Dunn.
Wow.
If you ever see the fight where this guy was...
No, because I'm not a boxing fan.
This guy, okay. If you ever see that fight, Muhammad Ali knocked him and he gets up and he rolls up and he knocks him again and he gets up and he rolls up and he knocks him again and he gets up and he rolls over. That's what happened to her. But as I said, that was Bonnie Johnson's great chance to fight the master.
Wow.
And so that was what we used to go to his club regular, you know, which was actually on the south side of it's sort of southeast side of Birmingham City Centre, where you call it, not far from the Blues football ground.
Right.
Where you know that big island where the big roundabout is. That was
where McDonald's.
Yeah, that's where. But all around there has changed, you know what I mean? So that was a regular place we used to actually, you know what I mean? I don't know how you never been there, because it was a really regular. It was called Club International, you know what I mean?
Right, never heard of it.
Yeah, it was a nice place around that sort of place. Yeah. What about City Centre? You never gone to City Centre?
Yes, we did used to go City Centre, but certain friends that you go out with, there's only certain places they're going to go.
That's true.
Yeah, so some of them don't want to go to town. So
depends how many friends you have doing here.
Well,
that is it.
In them days, you know, you had your regular friends that you went out with, but certain times they're not going to town.
It all depends on how many friends you have.
Well,
I mean, the amount of friends I have, I can actually... I got loads of associates, but the actual friend I have, that's why I probably can't count them on five on a bit hand.
But you know, you had some...
1 hand on a bit.
Right.
I can count them on 1 hand a bit.
Yes.
But I call really friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
But certain friends, you knew who was going to come out for the week, you know, in the week.
Yeah.
You know who's coming out. Others, they'd say, oh, you know, I haven't got this to wear, so we'd say, have some, you know, put that on. Put that on, and then, it's too short, it's too this.
It's too
and
long.
certain places, no, never the long. No.
Whoa.
Never. It's always short.
This is always short.
Or even the shorts, yeah.
As short as it's going to be.
Yeah, and then my dad would say, where are you going? Where you think you're going in that? But Daddy, I just bought it. Never mind. And as he turned his back, he'd gone out the door anyway.
And was your parents strict?
Extremely. Because my dad used to always say, well, there's six girls I got in here. That's what my dad used to always say. So you had to pass my dad first to get...
Okay, yeah. My Caribbean parents are very strict.
Yes, extremely. And then if we used to come back to Dad, you'd say, go back to where you're coming from. I said, Daddy, how can we go back to where we're coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd literally wait, you know, and then I used to have to climb up, knock my brother's window and say, open the door for us, please. Yeah.
I mean, I say, when I grew up in the Caribbean, I grew up with my grandmother most of the time. Then I grew up with my auntie. You know what I mean? My grandfather from my mother's side of the family. I mainly grew up with my mother's side of the family, but my grandfather, died when my mother was 3 years old. So,
Okay.
I mean, my mother was 96 when she died.
Yeah.
And my grandfather died when my mother was 3 years old. So you see how long
Long
that was.
time, yes.
So my grandmother was very strict, and because my mother was like one of the first to come out of England to travel to make sure the rest of the family was okay.
Yeah.
My grandmother was very, very strict. You know, to make sure you can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
If anything happens, your mother's gonna come back and say, "This is what happens." Your mother's gonna blame me. You know what I mean. But when I came to England, I mean, my grandmother was very strict with me. My mother was strict, but she never beats me. You know what I mean? She was very firm and she words. When to give you the words. When I was actually going out, when I started going out, I remember I was coming from this club I was still a teenager. I was coming from this club, came in from this club must have been about 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I came in about 2 o'clock. Well, most of the time I didn't really want to stay out. 2 o'clock for me, even with me and my friends. 2 o'clock was enough. 2:30 we were getting. We don't want to stay out any longer. That's just how we was. That's how the circle of us was. You know what I mean? And even them days, even now, sometimes I don't want to forget now. I don't want to go out. I don't want to stay out longer than 2 o'clock.
No, well, some places, the last Caribbean Delight, that's where we used to
Well, that don't start till 2 o'clock.
That's right, exactly. So, you know, after we'd gone to town, we'd already been town, you know, like...
Yeah, that don't start till 2 o'clock. But that's I recall, I came into the house, and she was waiting there. My mother was for me, and God bless her, she's no longer with us. She was waiting there for me, and she licked me on my forehead, and she held the clock out, and she said, "You want this? You what time it is?"
You should have said, "What you doing up, Mum?"
But away from that, she was alright. I didn't have a lot of. She wasn't as strict. She was strict, but she wasn't as strict as my.
It was extremely strict.
And I think one of the things she used to be really tough on me because I wouldn't eat. When I came to the UK, I couldn't get used to the food here, so I wouldn't eat. You know what I mean? But I was never a food person anyway because you don't say the I was never a food person. You know what I mean? That it keeps me who I am, but I like it as it is. You know? So I was never a food person. So she always said, "You must eat. If you don't eat, you will die."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's it.
So what she was, away from that, she was those are the sort of So stuff I had, you know what I mean, but it was alright in that sense. Yeah. Anyway.
The Dome in town used to be.
The Dome?
The Dome. Did you ever used to go to the Dome?
The Dome was, the Dome became the
O2.
Yeah, but before it was the O2, it was actually called the Night Out.
I don't remember that.
Don't you remember that?
No.
Yeah, it was before it became the Dome.
Yeah,
it became the Night Out.
Okay, wow.
When it was the Night Out, because they used to have big cabaret shows there, big stage shows there. It was absolutely a marvellous place. Marvellous. I've been there when it was like that. Marvellous place. I shouldn't have been in there. But it was a marvellous place because me and my friend, what we used to do, my friend was take photographs. He used to take photographs. And what we used to do around the country, we used to actually, talking about myself again, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
What we used to do, we used to go around the country and we used to take photographs of artists that wanted to see themselves.
Yeah.
And then we'll give them back the negative. How silly we was. We used to give them back the negative. We were so honest. We used to give them back the negative. Yeah. And what they used to do, we should have kept the negative. What they used to do then, they used to send these photographs back to people like Black Echo, which was a music magazine, and also things like Melody Maker. Yeah. They used to send their photograph because them days, and also it was a record of they could able to see themselves. It's not like now, or like where you have say people like Breakthrough Television that can all do this. You know what I mean? And you it wasn't like say now and say where people have iPhone or where you can do selfies. So artists wanted to see themselves. And like most of the bands in Birmingham, we actually did. Even people like Duran Duran before they actually became famous, we actually photograph all these people. And what we do then, we sell it back to them for a very little change. Yeah. I recall I was talking to some guy some time ago and we was talking about different groups. And he said to me, he says, "Carl, have you ever kept any of those negatives?" And we never...
Not even one?
Not even one, because we were so honest. Yeah, you know what I mean? My good friend we used to do with it is Ike. He's a fantastic musician, fantastic bass player. He lives in Barcelona now. But that's what we used to do in the early days. So all these venues...
I wonder if you did... Because I used to work at the Dome, you know. I used to work at the Dome. So, bar staff.
Was a bar staff.
I probably served you a few drinks.
You wouldn't, because you wouldn't have known me.
No, I wouldn't have known you exactly.
No, you would have served me a few drinks.
Yeah. No, I said, perhaps I've served you. isn't it?
There was a lot of those. You know, there was a lot of those. Yeah, perhaps you saw me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those places around. You know, but it's. I said, we're talking about time and how much time has changed.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Things are a lot different.
Yes, yes. Okay, we're gonna move on to artists to watch. Yes.
Yes, and
as you know, we always do. This is a feature. We always do young artists who we think we should watch and who's coming up. You know what I mean? And there's a young artist that's from Birmingham. She originally started in Birmingham, and she was doing alright in Birmingham. But she what I call moved from 0121 to 0161.
Okay,
which
Manchester.
Which is Manchester. See, you know your colours, ain't you? Don't get into this postcode thing with me now.
No such thing as this postcode. No such thing.
No such thing as a postcode.
No such thing.
Yeah, but she, as I said, she actually moves from Birmingham, and she's moved to Manchester. And she's I'll tell you a little bit about it because she's quite a young girl.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's doing very very well. She's toured the Eastern Blocks. She's done quite a few shows in Birmingham, and she's with this really very good company in Manchester. And she also does a few voiceover for a very well known, the big giant of a giant company, which I'm not going to say. And
okay.
You know that big one.
Okay. No, I don't know which big one.
That big television company. There's only a couple of them. Not to mention any names, but there's only, so she actually does a voiceover. Okay. And I'm not going to give free advertisement, am I? She actually does a marvelous voiceover show for these people. And she got quite a few tunes out. You know, she got I think she got one of her tunes is called Cherry, which is current, and she got another tune called Crown, and she also got another tune called Fear of a Flat Planet.
Right.
I mean, she's doing very very well, and I said those are the tunes that she has, and she sounds a little bit like she got a little bit of hip hop in her music, and she sounds a little bit like Lauryn Hill.
Okay, I like that.
As well as Lauryn, a fantastic
from
artist.
her a long time, have we?
I'm going to tell you a little bit about Lauryn in a minute. And Lauryn Hill also, she sounds a bit like Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Another fantastic artist. I love Erykah Badu.
Yes.
I think the only, none of it criticizing her. The only thing that she doesn't do a lot of steppy tune.
No, very one. Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
She does something, but she doesn't like. You know, like
I like Tyrone.
Yeah, you like Tyrone. You like?
I like that song.
Tyrone. You like Tyrone? Okay. Yeah. I've heard that, but I can't play that live. even though so I do some shows. Even though I do a show with a well-known radio station in Birmingham, I can't play that. I can't play that tune because there's some words in that tune that are very funny. It's if you play it, you're gonna get knocked because you know what I mean. And if anybody ever listen to that tune, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, as I say, back to Lay Full Stop. So she's doing quite well. So she's an artist, and I said she sounds a little bit like hip hop, like Lauryn Hill as well as Erykah Badu and all those sort of stuff. So this is an artist to watch out for. You know what I mean? So it's good to watch out for the young artists because the young artists, all these people are coming up.
And coming,
sometimes they don't get enough support, which they always say. You know, so it's good to give them support and give them a mention.
Definitely.
And I say her one of her singles is called Cherry. You know what I mean? And she also does a clothing range as well. So she's also a model.
Oh right.
You know what I mean? So she's on the ball, and she's one of these artists who I would say, I know a woman's got the right to wear what she wants to wear.
Absolutely.
I know you're gonna say that to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
So I say she dressed wonderful.
Okay.
That's what I would say. She's just wonderful. And can I say? I'm gonna say it.
No, you might as well stop that one there.
I know you don't want to say. I know you don't want me to say this. I'm gonna say this.
Say it.
She's not one of these artists who dressed in their underwear and go on stage.
Did you really just say that?
Did I really say it? I did. No comment. Come on. I'm listening. You've gone quiet.
Yes, I've gone extremely quiet. We'll leave that one there.
Where have you gone quiet? Because you're going to say to me, a woman has the right to wear what she wants to
Absolutely.
wear. I do believe that, but you know, come on. You see some people that like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let's. You see some people and you think, why do you dress like that? If you got your streets and you see three people, you think, why do you just like that? Okay, you say, right, let me dig this deep then. Let me dig into this then, right? You say a woman's got the right to wear what she wants to wear, right?
Yes.
Well, why is it that you see some people in the street wearing their pajamas and their nightie and they're dressing gown?
Pajamas and nighties are different, totally different.
But you see, you must have you've seen this, haven't you?
Yes, I've seen it.
Have you seen people going into supermarkets?
But let me tell you this now. I was working at a school.
Yeah.
And it was that bad that the parents were bringing the children to school in they had their pyjamas on.
Why?
Until they had to write a letter to them and said, do not do that, because you're not setting a good example for the children, are you?
Yeah.
You're telling them that it's okay. But if you check it, who's doing it, a lot of the ones that are doing it now, they're foreign.
They're foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know.
There's something there. On the other thing, all right, let me.
And that's a totally different subject.
That's a total. Well,
yeah.
I could also say that. Let me play the devil's advocate here. If I want to play devil's advocate, let's play the devil's advocate. You know. You could also say, is this just as a Western women idea though? Because when certain groups, certain different groups, right, wear a veil or a long dress. Or a mask over their face before masks get popular now. Mask because of the coronavirus.
No, they're entitled if that's what they want.
But we the West say a woman's got the right to wear what they want to. But there are certain members of people in politics has said they're not supposed to dress like that. But at the same time, these are women who dress in their clothes that they want to dress in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're saying, is it just Western women? I mean, and even there's people in Africa who dress like that. So we're saying, is it only in the West that we're saying a woman's got the right to wear what she wants to wear?
Well, yes, because certain people live under different rules, don't
But
they?
we see those women in this country.
Yes, we do, and they're happy. They got them on, and they're happy. I don't have a problem with
them. But they come under strict. You must have you've seen them come under.
Yes, I've heard all the comments and things, but at the end of the day, that's entirely up to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they get criticised heavily for it as well.
They certainly do.
But that's where I say that's why I play the devil's advocate to say, like, you know what I mean, people say a woman's got the right to wear everywhere.
Of course she has.
And then you turn it another way. Well, if you're saying a woman's got the right to wear everywhere, why can't these women have the right to wear what they want to wear as well without being criticised?
Pyjama.
No, okay, let's say move away from the pajama. Move away from the pajama. Or their clothes then, you know what I mean? The veil and that sort of stuff.
I don't have a problem with it.
No, so, but you see what I'm saying? How it fits into
it
fits into where they want to put it to fit.
Yes, definitely.
You know, so that's my
definitely.
That's my bit of devil's advocate about that.
With everything, a woman has a right to change her mind, doesn't she? So that's with everything.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't always happen, but yeah.
Yes, right. So that is my thing about lay full stop. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. I said she's a wonderful artist, and you need to look after her and make sure she gets your support.
Definitely.
So, personal view of what's happening around the world in 60 seconds.
60 seconds. Where shall I start? Okay. We've had a lot of violence and a lot of nonsense being going on, to be honest.
Don't sound so depressed about it. Don't sound so depressed
about
it.
I'm not depressed about it. I've turned off the telly literally to stop. Yeah, I've turned it onto a channel where I can just watch something. You know, sometimes you have to clear your brain. Sometimes.
Are you talking about the Black Lives Matter protests?
Black Lives Matter. They've also had the a counter protest against it, haven't they? With that British movement.
Oh yeah.
They've also had them.
They're not worth getting the publicity, so we won't even mention their name.
But that's it.
They're not worth getting the publicity.
They're a nuisance.
I think they get too much publicity anyway. So
they're a nuisance. They went underground, so all of a sudden, where have they surfaced again?
Yeah, I don't think they ever went underground. They was always there, you know. So
but they've banned them how many times, haven't they, from marching, and they still find a way.
Yeah.
So you know, but that's.
I don't think it was actually. Yeah. Well, also, and there's nothing happening in music because we don't hear anything happening in music. You know, what I mean, you generally see all these celebrities coming out, and you know, because of the lockdown it's restricting everybody. What do you think once the lockdown is surely come to light? They'll be all coming out of there, you know. Everybody will be rushing the whole scene or whatever.
I think things will take its time. We're going to have to learn to live with this thing, and I think that's it.
But it just depends on the economy and how people see the economy doing, because there's always people who's going to be chasing, says, I'm not doing very well, I need some money, and you know what I mean. So there's always people who's going to be chasing.
Well, definitely.
I'll give you something, because a couple of weeks ago, I have to come out to do what I do. You know what I mean? Because I do a I do a very essential job. You know what I mean? So I have to come out to do what I have to do. And like a couple of weeks ago, like even up until last week when I came out, the road was very quiet. Now, the last couple of days, and from where I live to my place of work, I only see like two cars. No, I got stuck in a traffic jam yesterday.
Serious?
Seriously.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why?
Seriously.
Why did you get stuck?
I don't know, because there was so much traffic on the road.
And what kind of time was this?
This was like about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, wow.
This was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Anyway.
It surprised you?
It surprised me. It is surprised me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say, I think that's our show. I think we hope you like it. We've chat and hope you enjoy the show. We will be back here, you know what I mean, all being well.
Yes.
Very, very soon. We want to say thank you for watching our show.
And a special thank you to our guests.
A round of applause to our studio audience.
And please remember to like us on social media. Breakthrough TV, Carl and Errol on all social media platforms. That's right, that's right.
Thank you for watching. You can email us and your comments and any ideas about the era of breakthrough@yahoo.com or campbell8794@yahoo.co.uk. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Thank you.
You say you couldn't stay.